Hey, everybody, welcome to Survivor with Jay, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Jay.
My name is Colleen.
I'm War Dog, and I make Jay look like a major league pitcher.
Oh, my God.
He was like shot putting it.
Yeah, and I know people go, oh, you're just picking on him because he can't throw. We all have things we're good at, things we're not good at.
Sure.
But if I'm not good at something, I don't volunteer to go back in and do it again.
That's fair.
When Jeff is calling me out because I'm so bad.
Oh, yeah, what he say was like, if you've never thrown a baseball, it will show.
I mean, it was obvious that War Dog has never thrown a baseball before, which is fine. He maybe was into sports, didn't fish, doesn't do anything because all he does is sit around and strategize.
That's what I've heard.
But it's just like I go, oh, come on, War Dog, let someone else do it.
Yeah.
Lauren didn't they let some success?
Why didn't they let Division I do it like from the start? As you know, she did play like Division I athletes.
Well, of the four, she's the best athlete.
Yeah.
Left.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it's not even. I mean, Wentworth. I didn't realize. She was having trouble swimming and just.
I think Wentworth was like mentally done the first half of this episode.
But she didn't dive in. She jumped in holding her nose and.
Yeah. Like she just seemed to me like she was like just physically like over it or mentally over it rather.
She does have angry face every time.
But I mean, I understand the frustration. Like I don't fault her for it, but yeah, she just.
But I thought she would.
Over it.
I always thought she was one of the better athletes in Survivor.
Yeah, maybe I think it's a mental thing, where
okay.
That's my thing.
Well, you lose and you lose and you lose. Like I think it's worn her down a little bit. Even though isn't she accustomed to losing a lot? Like
so she has a Zach approach.
Yeah, she sure did this episode, huh? If anybody doesn't know what we're referring to, you need to become a $5 patron and listen to our bonus content.
Yes, Colleen and Zach have been doing.
Zach is our son.
The bonus episode for Survivor with Jay, Jack, and Colleen.
Best podcaster on the network.
Where they review just the challenges in the episode and.
Because when you're almost 5, that's really all you care about.
Well,
watch a review on this one.
Well, yeah,
I know. I was trying to figure out how we're going to do that.
But this last week's episode, Zach went for the green team because it's his favorite color.
Bless you.
And oh, thank you. God bless you too. And the green team lost, and he took it really hard and cried.
Cried on air, and I had to stop it at one point because he was like outwardly sobbing. I played the whole. So the final. I think the final version.
Colleen, people have to listen to it. So
okay.
$5 or more a month to get to listen to that. But during the first not reward challenge, but the immunity challenge, where Lesu was so out of it. Colin was like, "This is gonna break Zach. I don't know.
I don't think he's ever gonna do a podcast again. Like, I don't know how. Oh, please, I don't know how we're gonna do this."
But thank God they came back because
thank you.
Someone took the lock off the key that the thing they had to pull out. I mean, what was the problem?
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, good times. It was very.
I figured War Dog would just drown.
Well, David Wright jumping into the water, I just felt,
Well, the way he ran up the platform.
Yeah.
It was like it was on fire. Ow, 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 ow.
Well, again, I feel bad for that group of people because they up to that point, they had been to every single tribal council, and that's got to be demoralizing. So, lots to talk about. It was a double episode. And very revealing in the previews for the next week, even so much as showing more content from Extinction Island or whatever we're calling it. Edge of Extinction. So I think officially it'll be a part of our discussion in today's episode, just because it very much seemed like.
Yeah, I stayed for the previews because I didn't rush up here to record the other thing. So,
but yeah, I think we'll definitely discuss that as well. So we'll kind of have a double recap. But our recaps this season are pre-challenge.
We're trying something new at the suggestion of our producer.
I think it's worked well so far. I think it's been really tight, concise. So pre-challenge, challenge, immunity challenge.
It's been fantastic.
It's been fantastic.
It was my idea, wasn't it?
And well, it's this show. Since I produced it, it's the highest rated show on the network. So you're welcome, America. And then
I see what's happening here.
we have
yes,
the challenge,
yes.
and then the.
All right, let's just talk about this whole thing.
But before we do that, become a patron today. For all the ones that get $5 a month, not only you get the bonus Jane Jack show, the bonus broadcast, the bonus 3 episodes of Ramblecast After Dark, but for those Survivor fans. Oh, you did an intro. I'm so proud of you.
I called out the former producer of the show, but
why'd you call him out? Just because I'm so good?
How do you know it was
jealous? I was the former producer of the show.
Well,
I think I'm the only former producer of the show.
Because when I told him, Jay thinks we need to have an intro. I won't tell you what they said. It got ugly.
Well, did it stay in the episodes? I know you guys don't do anything in terms of editing or.
I'm sure it stayed in the
episodes. Well, I don't know if it was before we recorded or not. So I don't know.
But just know there were some feelings towards you, Jay.
That's fine. Yes. They hate us because they ain't us.
Until we got on Christmas porn. So.
Oh God.
Another
banner episode of Ramblecast After Dark, but and then the Survivor.
Is that a thing?
Cast.
Really?
Well, a Married Man show broke out.
Well, yeah.
One of the former hosts of the Married Man show.
Anyway, let's jump into that recap. Colleen, what do we got?
All right, so we'll talk about Survivor Edge of Extinction, episode 5. It's like the worst cocktail party ever. So Dad Bod is at Extinction Island. I don't think we see too much from them there. It's just another challenge.
No, I was surprised they didn't show more of the reactions, to be honest.
But he also said that he goes, well, they're not going to be happy to see me.
Yeah. But apparently it wasn't entertainment worthy.
No, because it didn't make the final edit.
No. Well, I think maybe because they had so much else going on.
Right.
Because they actually had some stuff that was interesting.
Yeah, I know that this is going to be controversial, but because I know that the hardcore longtime Survivor fans hate anything that takes screen time away from the actual game. But I find the dynamics and the characters to be pretty entertaining on Extinction Island. So
you have hothead, so
yeah. I kind of love Reem.
You bitches love Reem.
I just do.
That she's still on the show.
Like
I'm gonna kill you.
I know. I think that she is so great. I think that all of those people
I think she overreacted, but that's okay.
That's what makes good television.
But I mean, if you're on an island with this person that you're maybe mildly annoyed by, give it 12 days. You're probably gonna.
Well, I get that, but it's just like you screwed up. Why you?
I think it's why I think she doesn't want people calling out that she screwed up. And
so far, I'm okay with Extinction, Edge of Extinction.
Yeah,
I think so far it depends on what happens next week.
Yeah, I think next week is the make or break for what the final verdict for Edge of Extinction will be.
I'm gonna say right now, I think only one of them's getting back in.
Yeah, I agree.
I think because there's no way they can put them all back in.
Right, because also this was
unless it's going to go. They're all going to go tribal. There'll be 6 votes to vote out.
This was only episode 5 too. So are we at the point where didn't we merge kind of early?
Well, did this count as 2?
Well, that's right. Duh. Okay, just kidding. Well,
6.
Yeah. No, it counted as I think. No, so there are 2 separate episodes?
Yeah, there are 2 separate episodes.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Length of time. Well, at least in terms of length of time on the show, it went by.
I think it's 2 separate episodes. We had 2 separate tribals and some good twists.
I thought it was 1 only because we didn't go to commercial break after Aubrey got voted out. It just went straight to the next thing.
They did that on purpose.
In terms of, I'm just saying in terms of merge, the same amount of time.
Yes.
Episodes.
You're right. I completely forgot that it was a double episode for some reason.
Yeah.
Well, it's 2 hours because I know it's 2 hours because I used to DVR them and start 45 minutes in and skip through all the commercials.
Right.
now I have to watch. Since I just have the app, I have to watch the full 2 hours.
Oh, first
Welcome.
world problems.
Yeah, exactly.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's like growing up.
Well, anyway, we go into the reward challenge. Clearly, Lesu loses. Kelly's crying. David is waxing poetic about positivity. Everybody's all over the place.
I thought Wentworth was going to kill him.
I thought she was too.
And then she had some unkind things to say about him afterwards.
Yeah, it's really
I'm glad
funny.
She said it, not me. But
It's funny because she spent a lot of time trash talking pretty much every single person on her tribe this episode. And David was like, I really need Wentworth. Like, I need to work with her. And like this, I was like, you guys.
Wentworth is angry, and I don't know why. Like, maybe she was like wronged right before she got on the show, or right before she started the season. Because
I think she's just frustrated.
She keeps getting stuck trying to do the puzzles with David. I go. They didn't try anybody else.
Yeah,
they didn't try to mix it up. I mean, it's not like War Dog had to throw the puzzle pieces.
I don't know though. I would have let Lauren try the puzzle, but I don't know if I would have let War Dog try the puzzle.
I don't know.
Lauren would pass out halfway through trying to do the puzzle.
That's
She'd just
true.
keel
Grab
over.
the string. What?
I mean, it's a classic case of a young athlete not ever having to not.
Yeah, and actually, it's funny because we saw this with the dude that had the big mouth. That
narrows it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? A couple of 2 seasons ago, the one that it was our new Ken is a 10, my guy, something's my guy.
Oh,
What's his name?
yeah. The one the homeless one. The one that lived in his car, right? But he's like a millionaire or something.
And he
the guy from San Diego, right? No.
Yeah.
No.
And
maybe.
I don't know why I'm blanking on his name, other than the fact that it was.
Remember, he would eat
were
all the
exhausted.
time, right?
He
He'd just
would eat all the time.
food. Yeah.
But
even
then he was so hungry and almost passed out, didn't he? Because and we usually see this happen with the men. So this is kind of is this one of the earlier times that we're seeing it happened to a woman?
She says the rice is making her sick.
Well, yeah, because I think, again, for her, if she's an athlete, she's probably eating a really high protein diet. And she probably could have done a better job maybe prepping up to the season and trying to.
Well, a lot of people learn how to swim, learn how to throw. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do.
Yeah.
But I like War Dog. David goes, "You want to go try and catch some fish?" I don't fish.
I know War Dog wasn't even pretending.
I throw poorly.
I don't know. I'd rather starve than at least try to catch a fish. I'm looking at David, and here's David, probably the least likely person to go out there and fishing.
Oh my God, with the clam.
Yeah, but at least he's trying. I mean, but War Dog, nope, don't fish.
I'm good.
Yeah, that's true. At least to David's credit, he looks rough out there, but he looks like he's at least trying. But so in this first, I guess pre-immunity challenge of the first half of the episode, we had this whole sequence with Joe, right? We heard that Julia wanted Joe to lose. Joe he cries at some point. Does he cry? I don't know if he cries in this sequence or not, but he cries
because his hair was a little out of place.
I think he cries because his mustache seemed a little lopsided.
I can't even see mustache. I just look at that hair going, my God, how does his hair always look? We said this before.
He's just good hair.
Always looks clean.
Well, I think if you have curly hair, if his skin grease or whatever probably makes it look better.
I guess, but it was Joe, stop crying.
Yeah,
he's feeling emotional.
Yeah, he was feeling emotional. So, that was after he found out about Aubrey. But anyway, the Central Park Pier got some screen time this episode, right? We saw her talk all about.
You definitely thought people were going to go home because they were getting airtime for the first time.
Julia got more airtime.
I know, and that's what I said to Jay, because she was right at the beginning. I was like, oh my God, the yellow team is going to lose. They're positioning that Joe is going to go home, but it's going to be Julia, because all of a sudden we see Julia.
Well, Joe did a good thing. He made Julia think that she's a target.
Yeah.
That was a good play.
I said, Joe, we haven't even seen her in 5 episodes. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. Even though I picked her, I think, to get to final 3, but I said, Joe, you obviously didn't watch the edit.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta give Joe credit. So, and after he sees that Aubrey is the one that gets voted out, he realizes that. So they played Aubrey really, really well, right?
Oh my God!
Victoria's she's a snake.
I know.
And I have her winning it all, so I think that's cool.
I think that I know. I think
and I'm getting really ticked
Jay
off
was
because
so
I don't have her.
Mad.
I know we said this before about Aubrey, but she is like Superman. She's like Clark. You take off those glasses because she took the glasses.
Oh, she looks totally different.
You do not recognize her. She looks completely different.
She does look very. She is. She's one of those people that looks very different.
It's like I go, who's that? Oh, that's Aubrey.
Yeah. So they totally fooled Aubrey, right?
Oh
and to
my
Joe's
God.
credit, when the Central Park Pier was doing the same exact thing, like, oh, we love you, Joe, we need you so much. Lenny's like, I don't know, I kind of feel like you guys are going to target me. And she's like, no, you're the best. Like,
No,
we can't
Joe,
live
you're
without
the
you.
best, Joe, I'd pee on you. That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I'd pee on you. Any jellyfish nearby? But
But Aubrey just took it, Victoria, she's a great liar.
yeah.
She's fantastic. I go, yes, I picked her. Don't get too overconfident. I was a little shaky.
Great kid. Don't get cocky.
Yeah.
I said, you're just, but it was a great play on her part. And Aubrey was like, when she got the second vote, her was like, what?
Yeah.
Again, someone gets a second vote and goes home.
Yeah.
And has an idol. Ugh.
I know Jay was so mad with this vote. Like, you were yelling at the TV.
Because I was just frustrated. Like she was.
He declared that he didn't like Victoria for the whole rest of the time we were watching.
Victoria's dead to me. But I'm more just jealous because I didn't pick her. So it's okay.
It was perfect.
I know it's great play.
We have to make her if she has an idol.
I'm just being a spiteful, jealous person. Okay,
we have to make her feel comfortable. And they didn't even know about the 2 votes she had.
No.
Come into play.
So here's my question: does she get to keep those?
The 2 votes?
The 2 votes and the idol.
Well, didn't she have to use it then?
No,
up until the 7th.
Seven
So
left.
she hasn't used the 2 votes yet.
No.
Oh.
No, but I think that once you leave the game proper, you don't. It's
But she hasn't left the game proper. She's
she
still
has
in the game.
She's in the game, but
she could have a chance to get back in the game.
Well, if she has an idol and she has the 2 votes, maybe she's the one that stays next week.
Well, there's probably a way you have to win the challenge.
I don't know. I kind of want to see Reem get back in.
Her house is burning down and she'd still be smiling.
There's not a chance in hell Reem gets back in. I know you love her and I get it, but there's not a chance in hell.
No, nobody's taking Reem because nobody wants to work with her.
I will add it to the game, the tally game to pick who's going to get back in.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Because going back to Reem, all Chris said was, you gave him. You let him. You found it, but you basically told him where it was because Keith's like, I found it. I'm so proud of myself.
Oh, so now we're talking about with Extinction Island. I know, and we were like, Keith, no, you didn't. Reem was the one that was like, what's that?
Yeah. What is that big thing over there? Oh, I'll go see. Hey, look what I found.
And the thing is, like, Reem knew he was a snake because he burned them on the whole map thing.
Yeah.
Which, as he was going ahead, and he was like, this is for my family.
He had that head start, and he still didn't get the thing.
Yeah.
It's not for Chris. It's not for Reem. It's not for whatever Dad does.
He had to cross over, and he was afraid of drowning or something.
I don't know.
I was thinking that whole time. I was like, Jack must be so proud of him right now for just going for it.
I thought that was a good move on his part.
I knew it
because they sat down to eat, but he should have been like Jay said. You got to be once they start yelling your name, you got to take off.
Yeah,
you got to get to that. But
it
worked out for him because he got an advantage.
Yeah, coordination though probably was lacking in the take off quickly portion of the.
Well,
squad.
I mean, it's I don't. You don't know. You're not there. The edit can show it a certain way.
Yeah.
But I guess the wind could have came.
It didn't really matter anyway, right? Because it was I don't know. Anyhow.
So back to Aubrey, and then did anybody? Clark Kent. Back to Aubrey Kent. Did anybody think that there was a chance that she wasn't going to go home? Because we didn't really see a whole lot of just like discussion amongst their tribe about what to do. It was all Aubrey's point of view.
That's why I thought it was going to be her, just because I was like, oh, they're setting her up. They're setting her up so good. And the whole time, I'm like, how are you believing this? It's so corny how they're saying
this is your
we're going to
stay
stay strong.
It's that's on her too. It's her
I know
third
it's on
time
her.
in the game. Third time in the game.
Yeah, she even talked about it during a confessional. Like, now that everything's going great, I guess I'm going to get voted out.
Well, I thought she could have gone home. She goes, I have a royal flush and I don't know what to do. Well, if you have a royal flush, go all in.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you that right now. Go all in. You got a good chance to win on.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, why not? And the chances are you do all that, producers are going to love you, and they're going to, hide a Muni idol for you, like directly underneath where you sleep.
Maybe that was foreshadowing when she said she had a royal flush. What do I do? Well, you have an idol and you have an extra vote. Go all in.
Yeah.
Actually, you don't have to use the extra vote if you play the idol.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. And then she plays the idol. She has the extra vote. Yeah. Oh, well. And then Wendy would have gone home with one vote.
Or you have the two votes. Yeah, whoever you vote for. But again, she didn't know she was going to get voted out. But God, she could have made a cool play, but she didn't.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Next
half of this episode.
Yeah. I do have to say, I like Aubrey, so I was kind of bummed, but
I love Aubrey, but she's just the last 2 times out, she's not played very well.
She's had every intention to, though.
That's good. I think most players do, I would hope. All right, Colleen, let's go to the next half of this episode.
All right, so the second half, I guess, kicks off with Aubrey at Edge of Extinction. Mm-hmm. And so we have this whole sequence with...
I can't work the map.
Aubrey watching the dynamics play out. And it was very entertaining. At least I thought so.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the casual listener out there has just turned this podcast off and they're like, mm-mm.
Well, I think it's interesting because you have someone like Reem who's just she's just a hard person to probably get along with. I don't know about real life, but in this game she is. And I don't think Chris said anything that was, unless there was something else that we didn't see. All he was basically saying, yeah, and all of a sudden she just couldn't let it go.
Yeah, well, I think that she's she's been there the longest. She's probably the one that's the most broken by all the elements. So I feel like
her adopted son stabbed her in the back twice.
Stabbed her in the back twice. I feel like she was just a ticking time bomb of.
Because Keith didn't even say, "Hey, we could share this," before he saw what it was. And Keith said, "I found it.
Yeah, but I didn't think that Keith had any intention of doing that. So
I know, but I'm just saying maybe that's another thing that led to her. Because I would, she obviously knew. She was, well, you know what? I think she figured out where it was at, and Keith followed her.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to think what else happened in this. Oh, Aubrey dropped a JT style embarrassment reference to getting played, and then later on we had the double tribal council in which JT arguably didn't redeem himself. Remember the first time they did that?
Yeah. I thought there was some good twists in this game today.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was a good double episode. It went quickly for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's picked up. It's picked up starting last week. It started to slowly pick up.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so we find out that Joey Amazing is literally pulling his team along because he doesn't want to go home.
Well, it's his only way to stay in.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Other than maybe getting Julia on his side, so we'll see how that goes. But so we get this decision that Manu and Lesu have to make, whereas are they going to go to Rocks or are they going to not go to Rocks? And you have people like David Wright who's sitting there being like, oh, I've gone to Rocks before, so bring it on. And then you have people like Division 1 and Victoria who are like, yeah, I'm not going to Rocks for any of these people. Like, I'm not risking my game.
Mm-hmm. War Dog said the same thing.
Yeah, he did, because I guess, their Lesu strong wasn't really as strong as they thought.
Well, I see their point, though. Like, you don't...
Oh. I wouldn't want to go to Rocks.
No, yeah. I wouldn't either. I mean, it's fun for a viewer, but it's not fun for a player.
I don't know why one side didn't say, hey, this is who we're voting for.
Right, which is what... Yeah.
I go, we're gonna put all our votes on Lauren, or we're gonna put all our votes on Wendy.
And you know what? It was funny
that one person didn't want to go to Rocks. Go, all right, that's what they're doing.
It was funny that they went for Wendy when we didn't see anything other than David and Wendy talking.
Yeah.
So that's why I was surprised that they ended up going for Wendy, right, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think with her though, I think both sides have struggled with her style of game. And it's one of those people where you just get to the point. It's like, what's her name? What's the
Abby
lady?
Maria?
No, the one has had 1,000 jobs.
Debbie.
Debbie, where she's so all over the place that you can't hit your wagon. Like, you'd love to take Wendy to the final 3 because she can't win, but it's like, okay, there's no consistency in her game. She's all over the place.
Yeah.
So it's like, so let's just get rid of her now. So I think everyone had a frustration with her, and now they can eat the chickens.
Yeah, now they. Oh my God, I didn't even talk about Eric's confessional where he's like, so now the chickens are free range. Because...
Or was it with Victoria too? Was it Victoria or Aubrey where the chicken walked in front of her?
It was Aubrey's thing.
She's just looking at the chicken going.
No. Well, because it's and again that's an easy one to do because your original comma tribe you're not getting rid of anymore if you're comma people either, guaranteed. Right. This was so I think that was the smartest and probably the only.
Plus, Wendy did tell them that tribe is not in solidarity. That they're not 4 strong. They're 4 individuals, and David's all over the place. So yeah, getting rid of Wendy didn't hurt anybody.
Yep.
Yeah, she was kind of like the safe, easy vote to
right.
And she didn't even care. She just wanted to be called Big Wendy and get a hug and go on her way.
Your house is burning down, Wendy. I know.
But she made a pretty quick decision though on staying in the game.
Yeah, I gotta say.
Once she found it,
I know Jay was like, she legitimately get lost, and I had this like vision of her like coming back into tribal and like like,
is it over here?
I made the wrong turn. Sorry.
Don't they just follow the camera people?
Well, clearly she didn't.
I'm bad at paths.
Yeah.
That would have been funny, though. I didn't think about that if she came back to tribal.
That's hilarious.
She's like, hey, where did everybody go?
But you know what?
Yeah, there's nobody there. Yeah, it's empty.
It was like hours had passed. There's nobody there. Jeff, can I get another hug? Where are you, Jeff? She's probably... Like I said, as a player, you wouldn't want to play with her because she's just all over. But as a person, she just seems like a fun person.
Yeah. She seems like a fun person. She seems like she's fun TV. Like
she's a terrible player, though.
She's a terrible player. She's frustrating to watch, but like she just has this like infectious like way about her that you're like, all right, go ahead, all right, fine. I can watch you another week. Like you're fun. Although in classic Wendy fashion, she gets there to Extinction Island and she gets to like leave the next day. So everybody's probably like, They
probably said, we can't leave her alone with Reem.
Oh God.
even though they did get along in the beginning.
I think Reem is beyond that right now.
I thought Reem was going to be the first person disqualified for punching somebody. I honestly thought she was getting up to punch Chris in the face.
She was pissed.
She was mad.
And we don't know. Pissed. Maybe she did try, and maybe like the camera people or producer like jumped in and was like, Reem, come on now.
Like The Office.
Yeah, like in The Office, exactly. Because we also finished the entire series rewatch, and you are right. It is so good.
It is.
Well, the official conversation, Jack and I, about The Office will be in the next Jay and Jack show. So.
Oh, you did talk about it. Okay,
we
cool.
have.
Yes.
We have. So be on the lookout, peoples.
Yeah. Then we tried to make another rewatch happen with Zach, and it lasted for about 10 minutes. Not even. About 3 minutes.
Well, he's not. I don't think he's old enough to understand the humor.
Oh, yeah. No, he's totally not old enough to understand the humor, but we just needed an excuse to start it again because we were both crying at the end. Oh, speaking of, guess who cried tonight during Lesu's miracle comeback?
Zachary did, clearly. He was asleep.
And by Zachary, you mean Zachary's father did.
I was just happy for them.
Like, I look over at Jay, and there's, like, tears streaming down his face.
Just one tear. It was like one tear.
I was like...
I'm so happy for them.
I was like, are you crying?
We forgot to mention how David could... at first I was blaming David for them not being able... He couldn't stand up. But looking back on it, had to be War Dog. When he was trying to get on War Dog's shoulder and he kept falling off, trying to get untie the things, and I go, God, David can't even stand up. But it's probably War Dog.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, War Dog was pretty terrible.
I didn't realize he was. He didn't really show how bad he was.
I know.
But there's so few people left.
But they've been losing because of him.
I think that's fair.
We expect David to be terrible in the challenges.
He has what seems to be an athletic body, but he has no athletic skill whatsoever.
Yeah. At least David can maybe look at a puzzle. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about real quick how in that challenge, Aurora and Kama were trying to get Manu to win.
Yep.
That, to me, was a little bit, shady business.
Up.
But I was like, well, it could be fun, I guess. Let's see Dad Bod and David Wright reunited.
Do you think that pyramid puzzle was that hard?
I think so.
I think it's one of those things where it's like if you don't know like where to start, it's finding the right kind of first step, and getting that's the hard part. Maybe I don't know.
No, I think it was tough because how many times like you try to like stack a pillow fort, for example, or just if I was going to look around my room and see what is in my vision, or
I think I could have done that. I mean, I'm not good at puzzles, but that one I think I could. I mean, a slide puzzle, I walk away from it right away.
I think I think I would go into the slide puzzle more than I would go into a puzzle like that, because as Jeff said though, like if you get it right away, you get it, but if not, you don't. So maybe you need to have more like an engineering based mind, but clearly because it was David that kind of. Right, if I remember correctly, it was like 2 hours ago at this point that had a better kind of like put it together quickly. But anyway, so yeah. Is there anything else that we really haven't covered from this episode? Who do you guys want to see? Not who do you think will get back in, but who do you want to see get back into the game next week?
Derek probably deserves it most.
Who? Oh, Rick.
Rick. Was it Rick? No.
Dadbod?
What's his name? I thought they call him Derek or.
Oh, they call him his last name.
Devin or something.
Devins or something.
Oh, Devin,
like
is that what it is? Oh, I keep calling him Jared from Subway. So.
And I keep calling him Dadbod.
Yeah. So either way, whoever you want to call him, I think.
I keep calling his name Rick because it's be civilized people.
But no one calls him Rick.
I do.
Okay, you do, but nobody else
That's his
does.
name.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Anything else from this episode, guys, that we want to talk about?
Yeah, I just asked you. Who do you want to see get back in?
Oh, I wanted to save that for the tally part.
No. Not who do you think will get back in.
Oh, okay. Who do I want to see?
Want to get back in?
Aubrey.
I think she's had her chances.
Well, I mean, who out of there? I guess probably Rick.
I like Rick. I didn't like him after the first episode, but
I
really like him now.
Jared.
Dad bod.
Anyway, all right. That is it for the
Reem
recap.
would probably punch me. I could probably get Reem disqualified.
Yeah, you probably could.
Yeah, but what if she knocked you out and then you ended up having to go to medical and lost it?
It's part. I don't think she could hit me hard enough to knock me out because I used to do that in hockey all the time. Get people in the penalty box for just getting in their head.
Have you seen that aggression? The aggression behind that woman?
I can take a punch.
Have you seen the aggression behind that woman?
He has a punchable face, Colleen.
I took a puck to the face. It didn't go down. So
yeah.
Maybe you should have.
We're all in agreement, though. We're all in agreement, though, that Wendy was probably the easy right vote to go with, right? They picked Wendy because they knew that they'd flip on her.
It was not even a question. Like I said, they've all played with her, and she's so frustrating to play with.
Well, and she's the only wild card that she's not in either alliance, so she'd be the one that they can cut loose. So good strategy there. Go team. Okay.
I wonder what David told her the first time, though.
Yeah, that's what I want to know, too. And we won't get exit
And she was kind of ticked
so.
Whenever the vote went the way it went, because she kind of looked at him. Like, yeah. But anyway.
You maybe just said, did you take the Flint?
You did take the Flint. This one's for the chickens. Oh my god, can you imagine if she was like, I choose option 3, which is to go back to camp and get a chicken and save it.
Well, we didn't say too when the first time they came and Jeff was collecting the idols. the immunity idols. She kind of clinched it. I go, it's not a chicken.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just an idol.
Just an idol. Good times.
All right. Before we get into listener feedback, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Man, that was a fantastic commercial. I mean, Audible. What a great company. Whatever they're going to insert in there. All right.
Deodorant, but
maybe it's deodorant.
For a while,
maybe it's a Casper mattress. I don't know.
For a while, the advertisements used to be the same brand of schools that our sons go to.
So it's different for everybody.
I think it is different for everybody.
All right. Colleen, we have some emails for listener feedback, so let's go to that right now.
We have two. The first one is from Victoria.
Listener feedback. All right, it's listener feedback time. We got some emails. Colleen, you said Victoria is going to be our first email.
Yeah, so our first email is, go ahead, Jack.
Victoria.
By the way, just so you know, I am the producer of the show, and the two other hosts were disparaging me off air as we were getting ready to drop in the listener feedback.
Yeah, because you forgot the ad break. Yeah. You forgot to tell us you were putting listener feedback music in.
I feel like everyone's being very aggressive.
You cried when Joey Amazing cried. No, wait, hold on. Did you cry when Joey Amazing?
No, I didn't cry when he cried.
You cried when Kelly
I don't
Wentworth
cry at people
cried.
that are immensely talented and horribly beautiful. Like I'm sorry.
But he's got that
great
mustache.
hair.
It's tough to empath with people like that.
Hey, I wonder if he makes to the family visit of Sierra Dawn Thomas, who they referenced in this episode. Sierra, his girlfriend.
Sierra.
Yeah, I wonder if she'll be the visit person.
Sierra,
Maybe.
I don't know that name. I know that name.
Sierra Dawn Thomas. She's played twice
I know.
before.
I just can't.
You've seen her. You know her.
She is if you Googled her, you would know exactly who she is.
Yeah, you know.
I know the name.
Yeah.
All right. Victoria, take it away. As in Colleen reading Victoria's email.
Got it. Thanks. Hi, I'm back. I was away at the Bahamas, so I missed 2 weeks of being able to say I'm not a fan of War Dog, a.k.a. Hot Dog, a.k.a. Weenie Dog. I mean, seriously, David, you could have been great, but geez, you were blinded by the Kelly hate. Now for the episode. I always get angry when people say I want to play Survivor and then get impatient. Aubrey should have just laid it down cool, but no. She wanted to play so badly that she started over-analyzing the game. Big ups to Queen Victoria, who's just as savage as a crocodile in a tuna fish factory. And you know what? Victoria was supposed to be her black cat. We didn't even talk about that randomness.
No, that's true.
The black cat and the witch thing.
Oh, yeah.
Which Jeff was like,
Jeff's
right.
Like going, all right, you're just smoking something.
Weirdo.
Yeah, it's not even October, Aubrey, but cool.
You know this isn't the fall season, right? This isn't the Halloween episode.
Ooh, this is
Let's
going
go
to
to
air
Wendy's so we
closer
can
to
have
St.
something coherent. Anyway.
It's going to air closer to St. Patrick's Day or Easter, but all right.
You do you.
You do you. Anyway, I can never get down with Aubrey because she always manages to disappoint me. Side note, for the love of all that is holy, can we please censor David in his boxers? Okay, I had the same thought. I was like, okay, you saw it too. I was like, man, I mean.
It's just a penis. What's the big deal?
It's a bulge. It's a big bulge, but it looks bigger because he's like, 15 pounds right now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Well, David, just so you know, my wife thinks you have big junk. So.
And then you have a big bulge when you're super skinny on Survivor, because I have eyes, and I've seen it because Survivor
Which is
isn't
surprising
censoring
because Colleen is like blind, so it's amazing.
I got new contacts, remember? Today.
Oh,
was
they
my first day wearing them. I'm still in them. Usually I take them out as soon as I get home.
Okay.
Usually I wear my contacts to work until about lunchtime, put them in at lunchtime, and then I wear them from about 12 o'clock until I get home at like 5, and then they're off because my eyes have been very, very, whatever lately.
Okay,
anyway,
back to the email.
The moral of the story is...
Hold on, producer, that's your fault.
Yeah, that's your fault. You put
me
me on this tangent, but the moral of the story is I got new contacts yesterday, and I can see today, and I'm still wearing them, and I feel great.
You already said this. You're repeating yourself. Get to your thing.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. I still blame the producer.
I just want to have, no contacts like Jack. It's just...
No, I have one.
You have one, but you still have an eye that has...
I
know, that's amazing. Anyway,
which is just having one being a pirate. That's kind of close to being Survivor, right?
Yeah.
No.
But I take them off when I'm on the computer because I can't see up close with the contact on.
Interesting.
This is great podcasting.
I know.
Anyway.
These tribals were fun to watch, but I'm a little nervous about the future. I personally don't know how interested I will be watching Eric and Gavin. Meh.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, they're kind of meh. And Eric's
Gavin's the one with the pineapple shirt.
The flower tattoo.
Yeah.
Flower tattoo, pineapple shirt. He was the one with the southern fried pickles.
Yes, the newlywed who left the day after his wedding. But you know something? He got a sweet vacation out of it. Because they, never go to tribal except for now. I'm hoping that the final...
Jay looks perturbed.
I think he is perturbed. I'm hoping that the final three is Joe, Victoria, and Julie. Now, that would be awesome because they're really playing the game. Is Julie really playing the game, though?
No.
I mean, she's peeing everywhere, but...
Well, she can't win, right?
I don't think so. Now that would be awesome.
No way I take Joe with me. There's no way.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, maybe just Joe wins out the challenges finally. And does he finally win if he wins out?
Do you think Joe takes someone like Victoria? No.
He shouldn't.
But she could look at that little sweet, innocent little...
Well, what if he takes Julie as a goat and then Victoria wins in fire?
That's right, because it's the fire thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I went from loving to hating Wendy all in the same episode. The only consistency I had this episode is how much I wish Hot Dog would get voted out twice so we could skip seeing him on Edge of Extinction. Please, Survivor production, make my spring wish come true. Wendy reminds me of one of my clients who pretends like things are great, but then cries when she goes home. But Wendy didn't do that. Wendy was like, cool, give me a hug. My favorite player right now has to be the chicken. She is much more entertaining than most of the players here. I miss hearing you guys weekly, but now that I'm back in the States, I can't wait to hear you guys.
Awesome.
We bashed War Dog today, but I thought it was funny when they were talking about who to pick and who to, to stay strong. Then War Dog said, no, it should be Wendy. Da, da, da. And then Wentworth goes, just like War Dog interrupts you. It's only his opinion. And da, da. But he's right. Because he was right.
That probably makes it even more frustrating. It's like, God, he just was like, damn it, he's right though.
But in this case, he doesn't have any tact. I mean, it is his way or the highway, but he was 100% right on that.
Well, I think, I do think Wentworth was right about Victoria because I think Victoria is going to run the table if they don't pay attention, and they're not paying attention.
That wasn't her reason for Victoria, though. Her reason was
they didn't think they'd vote for her.
They didn't think, they would
but
go.
Still, you got to get her out. Sorry, Victoria.
Why do you hate Victoria? My final pick.
The episode back in Game Changers, right, where JT messes it all up. It's Malcolm that goes home, right, where JT gets up and starts talking to Brad Culpepper and everybody across the table.
I think so. Yeah. Who knows?
All right.
JT's
You mean JT won because Steven did all the work, and now
JT's that one. I think we've said it before. Is that one player who should have never come back in the game?
Yeah, I feel like if you have a perfect record like JT, you don't come back. But if you're a competitive person, I guess how do you not?
Yeah.
Anyway, Mandy, hello. Apologies, Mandy. Apologies for the lack of feedback the past couple of weeks. Darn kids and their activities.
I don't accept.
Yeah, no apology not accepted. I picked the wrong returnee to go home in the first vote. Who would have thought that David would win a challenge? I hope Zachary wasn't pulling for the blue team. We'll find out, but I have a feeling he's probably going to learn and pull for the yellow team and say, Mommy, you're going to pick the green team. Maddie is offended that Jeff didn't include throwing a softball. She also swears that she can throw better than War Dog. Spoiler alert, she does. It's like he forgot all about Lauren from HHH. Is doing it for Sierra the new doing it for Monica? I kind of thought that too, actually. Get it? Monica Culpepper, Sierra Dawn Thomas?
Yes.
I just keep watching Jay.
Come on.
Keep going.
Step up here.
Yeah, you're up here.
Edge is amazing, and I want the train wreck to last forever. Ooh, combined tribal. Thank God Joe isn't there to pull a Malcolm. Okay, it was Malcolm, and I didn't even read this in advance.
The producers had it. I think the producers done.
Yeah. Tie vote. Gosh, this is stressful. Wendy was really growing on me, but at least she gets to go to Reem and Keith at the non-Holiday Inn. Now for the serious question. If Aubrey comes back in the game, does she get the idol and extra vote still? It looks like next week's going to be fun. Pray for rain so softball gets rained out. Mandy. I think we asked about that question. I don't know. I'm sure
I don't know why she couldn't keep it.
Because she's got voted out, so it's not hers anymore, right?
I don't know. But she's voted out, but she's not out of the game.
Yep. That's where I saw it. I think she keeps them.
I think she keeps them. It's hers.
But it depends if she gets back in the game or not.
I don't think she's getting back in the game.
We'll see. We'll see. All right. We do have a phone call.
We do? Right.
Yes. Mark from Chicago. Let's let him take it away.
Hey, guys. Mark from Chicago. Couple comments. First of all, what a comeback by Lesu. Pretty awesome. Second, I love the Edge of Extinction camera angles. They're totally different than the regular show, especially the one-on-one interviews. Also, I think War Dog's pretty good. You guys give him a bad rap. Last comment is, how many times do you think Probst washes his hands after touching one of the crotch idols? Anyway, time to pause for my sponsors. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
I agree with everything, but did you see have you even heard our comments today? I think this is the worst we've ever been with War Dog.
Yeah.
And he deserved it.
Every bit of it. Every bit of it.
Maybe not before, but today he deserved it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, you know something? Victoria said it too, so.
There you go. There you
blame
go.
Victoria.
All right. Well, thank you so much for everybody's listener feedback. It is now time to tally the votes. All right. Let's check this thing out for the preseason picks. And we kind of talked about it off air, but we didn't know this was going to be a double episode. So we only picked one person.
Had no idea.
Hey, can we pick now?
No.
I pick Wendy and Aubrey.
Yeah. Wendy, Colleen and I had pre-merge. Jack, you said merge, surprisingly.
Gosh, we were both all like just right on the cusp.
Yeah, but
well, she should have made it.
Colleen and I get points. All right, for Aubrey, Jack, you said pre-merge, so you get a point. Colleen, you said merge, no point. And then I said final three. So this is interesting. So she gets back in. I mean, we're not getting points for this, but everybody still has a chance for this to be right. But Jack gets the point.
For Aubrey?
For Aubrey, yeah.
Seems fair to me.
So there we go. All I know is I'm way off with my picks so far this season. All right. So for episode 6, it's confirmed, or at least we assume it's going to be this way, based on the very end of the episode, that somebody at least is going to be coming back from Edge of Extinction back into the game at Merge.
So we all agree they're not going to bring them all back.
I mean, it's possible, but I think in generally we think it's
that would be a S show if they brought them back.
It would. But so this is how this week's tally predictions is going to go.
Yeah.
First, we're going to pick who is coming back.
Okay.
And this is going to be one person from.
Wait, did any of us pick the 2 people going home last week?
Oh, nobody got it.
Okay, all right.
Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry.
Nobody said Wendy, really?
No, Jack said Wendy.
I was going to say, like, Wendy's been a pick every week. Remember, we talked about last week how everybody's picked Wendy some point.
I didn't even remember that, but now I'm glad I said something.
So, for episode 6, we're starting with who's coming back. Colleen, you're up first.
Who is coming back in? Oh, this is really tough. I think if it's an athletic challenge, I have to probably go with Chris, right? I would love to see Dad Bod get back in.
Chris was nailing it.
But, yeah, well,
and he has
what she said.
And he has that advantage or whatever, too.
Yeah.
What advantage does he have?
That little stick with the
thingy.
String.
But don't forget, Malcolm
but Keith has an advantage to use against him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's very true. But I don't think Keith is going to, if it's an
All right,
athletic
I'm going to say Rick, just because I want to see him back in.
Okay. I
Jack.
didn't give my final answer yet, but okay.
Oh, you said Chris. All right, well, give your damn final answer.
No, it's
Quit
fine.
pussyfooting around it.
What are you doing?
Who's going?
I'll say Chris, fine.
No, pick who you want to pick.
No, it's okay. I'm going to let the universe determine it for me.
Please extrapolate even more.
I just said I was going to pick Chris. Listen, cranky boy.
All right,
just because
Jack.
Kelly
I
cried
will
doesn't
also
mean
go
you
with
have to
Rick.
cry.
I think he's good TV and he's smart. And
Who?
I think he's got a good chance. I think Chris has got that. Keith will use the advantage against Chris, keeping him out.
So you think Rick as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the record, I hope it's Rick, but I'm going with Chris.
All right, for who's going home, I'm first, and I think the first merge vote.
Wendy gets back in, and it's Wendy again.
Oh. I'm going to say, is it Julia?
Julia, yes.
The
No,
one
she
that
might
finally
come
got some
home.
airtime today?
Yeah. I mean, she's
Because
a
Julie's
safe
the
merge vote.
park peer, right? Yes, I'm going to say Julia's going home. She finally had some time today, and then, yep. All right.
There's no reason for her to go home, so it can't be her.
Jack, your pick.
It's either going to be Ward Dog or Joey Amazing. If Joey Amazing doesn't win, it'd be stupid for them not to pick him. So
you can only pick one.
I'm going to go with Joey Amazing.
All right, Joey Amazing. All right, Colleen.
I think, because this is tough, because I feel like if there's a certain amount of certain people that end up getting back in from Extinction Island, they're going home first again. Like if for some reason Reem or Keith get in, they're going home first. But I can see somebody like Rick, like easily going back into the fold and lasting for a little bit longer. So this is kind of tough.
Well, if they bring him in, they should give him like 1 week immunity or something.
Or maybe it's
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they compete against each other, and whoever wins that gets not only back in the game, but they get immunity.
Yeah.
And then the remaining tribe that's the merge guys, they fight for.
So it gives them a
maybe
chance.
that's what happens.
Yeah, I can't see Joey Amazing lasting longer than the first time he gets immunity, like doesn't win immunity.
Yeah,
so
if he doesn't win, they don't vote him out. They're stupid.
Yeah, and I don't think there's not a single person that he's not on their radar. So I will also go with Joey Amazing.
Okay.
Although, there's going to be 17 balance beam challenges next week just for Joey. So
Well,
just for Joe.
Colleen follows a trend of copying Jack.
Fine,
What? I'm
I
just
took
saying.
somebody new.
I have been money this season, so
He has been money.
I'm just saying.
It's not
seeing a
a
trend.
bad strategy.
And as the tallies stand right now, Colleen and I are tied with
0
2.
points. Oh, we have 2 points.
And Jack is in a really strong lead with 6.
And I still have all my
tallies.
final threes left.
You do.
So
I only have 1 left, I think.
give Lauren some food. Get her some food so she'll stay in the game.
All right.
Cry.
That will do it for this week's Survivor with Jay, Jack, and Colleen. Give us a call at 385-309-0311.
Calling time.
Once again, that's 385-309-0311. Calling time for questions, comments, and or theories. Send an email to survivorjjc@gmail.com. It's going to survivorjjc@gmail.com. Join our Facebook group at facebook.com/group/Jay and Jack Group, where we discuss the latest episode of Survivor with all of the listeners that we have. Want to thank the people that make this show possible, our patrons. We couldn't do it without you. Want to especially thank Tack from Tokyo, Eckhart Richter, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, The Drake, and Ed the Creepy Mailman.
What?
You can see a full list of all of our patrons over at jayandjack.com, and you can click on the Become a Patron link today. And $5 or more a month gets you our bonus episodes that all of the shows are putting on right now, including the Challenge Cast with Colleen and I's son, Jack's grandson, Zach Glatfelter.
Mr. Bun Patty Bun.
And,
Mr. Bun,
Colleen.
St. Patty's Day Bun.
And it's been a fun little show.
And it's literally like 3 minutes long each week. So
This show is hosted by Colleen, who also does the recap, also hosted by Jack Glatfelter, and is produced by me horribly, apparently, according to my co-host here.
I mean, you're not great, but you're not the worst.
Your mistakes. I mean,
Oh, sure, thanks.
We're giving you constructive criticism.
Oh, sure. Thanks.
Yeah.
Go to hell. Thanks to Jacob for our artwork. Rob for the website
Hey,
stuff.
Rob is coming to Raleigh this year.
What?
I'm so excited.
And Colleen,
He is.
who is our post and website and social media manager.
Yeah, why don't you end this show already so I can go post it?
All right. That is it for this week. We'll see you guys next time. Hasta luego and goodbye.
Peace out.
Bye.